Welcome to Mr. DC Class Experience. Today I want to present to you neorealism in films. I want to cut to the chase. We are living in a world that is increasingly unreal. Now, I don't know if you've heard of deepfakes. Deepfakes are videos that create a video of anybody doing anything and it looks completely real. This is frightening and I mean it. Any of you can be put to be doing something that you didn't actually do, but it looks like you're doing it. Let me show you an example of Barack Obama's deepfake on YouTube.
How about this? Simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele.
So that video proved the point that we need to know our own reality. So we need to know our own reality all the time, right? So I wanna present to you a different profit position now that I will make in films. Here is the first point. Capturing reality is impossible. Super impossible. It's an elusive pursuit. I mean, why is that? Why can't you just record a video or capture an image of something and that is your reality? Actually, in a theoretical point of view, it's theoretically impossible to capture reality. A lot of theorist scholars would say that reality only happen once. Just once. Let's say it happens now. If I film something now and replay it, whatever, it would not only be a presentation, but a representation of that reality. So let's say you took a video of your niece doing a backflip, right? And then you want to see that reality happen again, right? You want to see its replay. Now you've removed it from its initial reality, which is the real reality. This is the real reality, right? This is your first experience of your niece doing a backflip, and now you want to see that happen again. Now it's another version of it. Now it's another version of it played in a technology. And there's another reason why you can't capture reality. We are human beings. When we look at something, we can't see the whole scope. We have a peripheral vision. The farther we go, the blurrier it gets, right? Right now, this person is looking through a building, whatever, and the person can only see much. And it in films, it has a different parameters as well. The problem is in films they can add or take away things in films. They can make this blurry part clear. Just the virtue of that, it cannot replicate a human experience. It's a filming, a technological ramification of that reality. In other words, it's a replaying of that reality. It's been removed from its basic reality. Here is the first reason. The first reason is truth versus objectivity. I think when everyone are watching films with your friends, your family, or your romantic partner, you're all searching for truths, right? We're searching for truths. But truth is kind of amorphous. Your truth can be different, for example, with your friend. His truth or her truth can be different from your truth, even though they represent a sort of same truth. What the hell am I talking about? Well, in a documentary work, for example, they are looking for the truth. Here is a photo of Paul Anka, one of the greatest singers of all time. And here he's being shot to look like one thing. He's signing autographs and he's being crowded by these lovely ladies. But if someone shoots him with their own camera, then now it's a different look, right? He can be shot to look sinister, be shot smaller, larger, or take taken in a different angle. It's again, we're back at it again. It's very difficult to capture reality. It's always manipulative, and it's in the hands of the cinematographers, filmmakers, directors to what kind of shot he or she can make. So, if we look at objectivity, how can we be objective? Is this something that we want to strive for? I mean, we've heard of this in the news over and over again that the news business should be objective. Now, this is another myth, right? That's a myth. Objectivity, just like realism, is very difficult to achieve, and if not, impossible. Because every decisions they make to put something on the screen is exactly that. It's somebody's choice. So it's somebody's choice. Somebody's choice to put something on the screen. But what we should really aim for is balance, fairness, this or the truth. So technically, the news business really aim for these three elements. They aim for balance, fairness, or the truth. You see, people are not robots. They cannot be completely objective. And I'm sorry if I use this photo. I'm really alluded to this that everything you are filming, filming of something, it's somebody making a choice. It's quite subjective and not really objective. Uh, it can be a great thought for documentary work if you're being subjective, but most of the time it's a fictional film, right? Most of the time it's someone's vision. It could be the writer's vision, the director's vision, or someone who's in charge behind the camera. But it's not necessarily realism. So probably the closest we can get to capturing reality is through a surveillance camera and what it's made. Surveillance camera is made on a picture, like this picture here. It's not manipulated, right? Nobody dare to touch the surveillance camera. It's just how it plays out. Even though you're only getting one angle, for example, in this room, it's getting the shot of the kitchen. You're only getting that angle. But it's the least unfettered version. But just imagine, would you want to watch this? I mean, you can't watch this for very long. It's completely a recapture of the whole day. But again, we wanted to tell a truth, to tell a vision. We almost want it to be manipulated, but it's uh, it's what it's what the surveillance can do for us. It's an unfettered version of reality. Realism is not the same for all. It changes across culture, generation, locations, places, etc. Now, I don't know if you, the audience, know what the zeitgeist is. It's a German word. Let me write it for you. Zeit, zeitgeist. Well, it means the spirit of the times. Spirit of the times. It's what's going on at a certain moment. So there's a certain zeitgeist happening now. Maybe I could use the example of Facebook. Um, it's one of them that we live in a social media era. Now, Facebook came along from 2004, but it hasn't been with us for 20 years. So that is the zeitgeist we have. We are um, we are sharing, oversharing, and giving our stuff away online. No, nobody would ever think of doing the things that we're doing now in the past. I never would think that. It's what half of the population would never do. So let me tell you something, folks. Um, First of all, people change. So people change. When computers showed up, the social media was introduced. It became a playground for fantastic opportunities. This will govern what we portray, what we see as important. My point is, people want to capture realism, but it's very difficult to do. You only get to sell the best if you're trying to capture an absolute reality. So, realism in film is the film style attempt to duplicate, that's a key word, to duplicate the look of an objective reality. For any film, it's supposed to look like reality, but now that we have had this discussion that there is one reality that is being portrayed, there are many different realities, but it's attempting to at least duplicate the look of reality. Now, the moment you watch it, right, the moment you watch that video or film, we think it's completely real. Film is really the most trusted, significant medium for capturing reality, as opposed to photography. For photography, it captures a moment, sure, right? But it freezes them. For photography, it freezes the moment. Freezes the moment. But for film, it's a motion picture. It moves, it sways, and you can see the whole reality in a motion picture. That's why film is it's still the best, for it presents a recognizable reality that looks the way things should look, as opposed to literature, painting, theater, and dance.